All right, time to get the day going. So many things that need my attention, but I can only do with so much at a time. Good morning, Gabe. Okay, we're gonna open this up. Let's see how today goes. Knock some stuff out. Oh boy. Let's go. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just jump into it this morning. So sorry about the delay. We were supposed to actually get started an hour ago, but trying to work on a workout challenge and trying to get myself into a rhythm, and that's where I'm at right now. It's been very, very tough on me, but we're getting through it. All right, so this morning I'm gonna start knocking out a couple of things. We got to get Punisher done. I think we got a couple others that definitely need our attention. I checked it yesterday. I got 13 characters left to go. And that is it. How you doing, sir? What's up, Custom? Good morning. I would have definitely been on here earlier, but I had to go to the gym. The gym calls. I have a challenge and I'm very competitive, so that had to get done this morning. I might end up having to go earlier. I don't know if beautiful is the way to say it, but it was definitely painful. Yeah, doing consistent workouts, trying to keep up with everybody is hard. You realize that you're not as strong as you were at like 20 and 30 as you are at 50, at like 40 something. It's really rough. Like mentally, you want to be there, but you want to definitely, you got to be a lot more cautious. You can't, clang and bang without bad things happening. And I don't want to knock myself out of the competition early. So my goal is to look at the long game. All right. So we got Punisher on deck. Started him last week. We're gonna get him knocked out super fast, and then we'll move on to the next character. So Punisher's not gonna be too rough as far as like design wise. This I don't want to. Yeah, I found that a lot of people like this guy. I think he's underutilized, but I am looking forward to the Jon Bernthal short that they're going to do on Disney Plus. That's going to be cool. He is probably my favorite Punisher to date. There have been others, like the Warzone one was really good. It was really, really good. Yeah, that Dolph Lundgren one was probably my least, but the Jon Bernthal one he's violent the way that he needs to be. Yeah, so Jon Bernthal, the guy that's playing Punisher right now, they announced last year that he's doing a short. I think this might be an hour or so long, but they're doing one with him, and he was writing it along with a couple other people. Yeah, the Dolph Lundgren one's kind of cringy. It's definitely dated. You can tell it's definitely a '90s style of show or movie. I mean, it's so old. I remember seeing that thing on HBO late nights. That's how old it is to me. So back in the day, HBO used to have like Thursday night fights. And it was all like when they would introduce all their new martial arts movies and stuff like that. And that was one of the movies that they put in there. Well, hold on, hold on. There's a Gremlins 3 trailer? When did that come out? Do tell. When did that come out? I know that they're in production on doing it. I just didn't know that they came out with a trailer yet. Because I didn't think it was coming out until next year. Thanks for the share, boss. I mean, Gremlins itself is a very underrated movie. I'm not a big fan of Gremlins 2. Um, Here's the thing: the problem that they had with Gremlins 1 and Gremlins 2. One, Gremlins 1 was kind of more like a very lighthearted horror comedy, and two, it felt like the creatures could be there. I think with the fact that we're getting, using CG a lot more, graphics and not practical, it it's not the same. You can tell where there's a difference. They're still working on it, trying to get it all, set up and everything. But I don't know. But here's the flip side to it. So every movie that I've kind of been hesitant on has kind of won me over. So I thought doing a Top Gun 2 was stupid. I thought that was just, you don't mess with that perfect movie. I mean, that movie was perfect for the 80s. It's timeless. But the more times I watch Top Gun Maverick, the more I love it. Yeah, it's just there's so much. But, if you have somebody that's a visionary that really wants to push the genre, then we're going to have better movies. Yeah. I mean, think of it like this. So, the whole thing with them doing Predator Badlands, again, I was tired of seeing Predator. I don't like what they've done to that series and they've diluted it. Same with Aliens. But they brought out Predator Badlands and then they brought out Killer of Killers and then they did um, that Alien movie. All of three of those have been insane, and Prey, of course. So I have faith that they could create something really good. Been empty. What do you mean? Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, I am so sorry. Let me throw that stuff up there. I had to post a whole bunch of stuff yesterday, so I get all my shows up. I'm still in the process of still getting used to this whole program. Let me go in there real quick, and I got you. Thanks for letting me know. I'm just going to post it to all of them right now. Let's see. Okay. Okay. They're adding right now. You'll see them pop up here in just a minute. But no, I mean, right now, the only stuff that I have going for me right now, as far as like stuff in the shop, if you're interested in anything, um, since I think you haven't been on here, I don't believe. Um, I'm doing 1,000 sketch cards. That's what this is part of. Right now, I'm on the first series, which is all Marvel. I'm down to my last, I believe, 12 characters that I have to do, and I'm going to try to blast through those this week. I was trying to get them done before the end of January, but that just didn't happen. So the basics part of it is 1,000 cards, 10 categories, and 100 cards per category. I have Marvel, DC, Image, Transformers, video games, cartoons, wrestlers, Pokemon, movies, and there's one other one, but I mean, there's a bunch of them. I almost want to go ahead and go premature and do my Pokemon one first because I have a show coming up, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going, I might just do a couple of characters to get ready for that show. No, what do you do? What do you do? Please enlighten me. I would love it. Oh, that's cool. So it's kind of like is it layered? Like a layered paper art piece of work? Because I think I know where you're going with that. Which, if that's the case, that's really cool. That's a whole different level of design and creativity. All right, wrap this guy up so I gotta take a look at my colors that I used for the last one. I think I used like a orange and a yellow for his background. And I think that's what I'm gonna do on this one. Yeah, I mean it's supposed to be. Now, again, I don't know where they're gonna go with that whole movie. I don't know. Um, I stopped setting expectations on those movies because I don't know what the thought process is and what they're going to do. I do know that the original actor that played Billy, he's supposed to be back in it. And of course, you got Gizmo in there. So that's the only two parts that I know are supposed to be part of this. I mean, there's not much more that you can bring back because I believe the dad is dead. The mom's still alive. Phoebe Cates is still alive, but she hasn't acted in so many years. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to see her come back. But that's nostalgic bait for people that watch the movie. That'd be good, but they just got to do. They just have to make it good. That's the part. That's the hard part. And I hate to make that sound kind of simple, but that's the hardest part of this. They have to make it good. And making a good Gremlins movie is hard work. Making a good horror movie is hard, but making a movie that has so much you know nostalgia to it, that's even harder. trying to find this Punisher that I did so I can have a reference for my color. It's been a while since I did it. But we're gonna see. Well, I mean, like I said, I have faith. I'm gonna be optimistic because at the end of the day, if the movie's not good, we're not going to get something else in that genre. We will not get a Goonies if they don't do a good version of the Gremlins. And you might say that those two don't connect, but they do. It's the same thing like when I look at them doing the He-Man movie. If He-Man is not good, we will not ever see a Thundercats. I'm cautiously optimistic. I think that's the best way to look at it. Sorry, I'm trying to find this Punisher so I can pull it up for my reference. Well, let's just put it this way. When I'm worried about a movie, my bar is like if I'm looking at 1 out of 10, you're looking at a 5. Let's see. I just looked in the chat on my messages. I didn't see it in there. Let me see if it's on this one. Oh, I got it. Never mind. I got it. Oh, that's crazy. It is layered. That's dope. See, that's good work. Like that Venom one is fire. Wow. The Martian Manhunter's good. Hold on. I see a Violator. Yeah, dude, you got some skills. See, that's the kind of stuff that makes a sketch cover look really cool. That's taking it to another level. That's really cool. That's talent. Got to give it up on that. That is really serious talent. Ooh, my rocket. Ooh, that's a big one. But yeah, you're more than welcome. Yeah, rocket's up. Have you seen it? I mean, I can pull it out here for you. I got it. I got it right next to me, so I can show it to you. Here, I'm going to show you a couple others too, so that way you can see them all. At least the ones I have on tap. Let me zoom out here real quick. Where are you? All right, just so you can see it, because these aren't on there. Just so you know. So like that one's not up there. Actually, he might be. That one. Yeah, I don't, man. That if you did that to the rocket piece, oh wow, that rocket piece would be dope with that idea. Um, got that guy. If you're a Transformers fan, there you go. This one I don't think it'll probably go that well for what you're doing because not a lot of people, unless you're a Transformers fan, will you know what that is. Um, House of M. Sorry for the light, but that's the House of M one. This one I think you would really like smash. This guy would be sick. So yeah, those are the ones that I have available that are done. And then I make other ones. Like I have other like blanks, and you know. Yeah, I don't, man, I'm telling you, your style with, I would say even your style with either the Rocket or the Bishop. Oh my god. I can only imagine like that Bishop one would look so sick with that negative space. There's so much depth that you can do with that one. Oh, oh my gosh. You can get whatever ones you want. The sketch covers are up there on the page. I just put them up there, so you're more than welcome to go ahead and pick those up. Oh, let me see. Let me take a look and see why they're not popping up there. Hang on. Let me see what's up. Why are you not showing up? Let me take a look in the show. See where it's not showing. Where are you in my inventory? Hang on. Bear with me for just a sec. So you see where it says blank sketch cover? Go ahead and go there, and then that way I'll know which ones they are. And you can just let me, and I'll pull those aside for you. How is it going, Jose? I got a chance to take a look at your books, by the way. I like them. They're fun. I like the styling of them. Yeah, just go ahead and buy the two blanks. I'll pull those aside so I already know what they are. So that way I can just get those ready to go for you. But I have one request. Man, Gabe, I'm so proud of you. Good job. I can't wait to catch you on one of your lives. I'm proud of you, man. I really am. I'm excited to see you do your stuff. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it, but you need to let me know where I can purchase it because I want to buy your next book for sure. Yeah, I'll pop those books that you get into some new bags and boards so that way you're ready to rock and roll. You know what? The good part is on that one Spider-Man one. That's the Joe Madureira Avenging Spider-Man. Now, on that particular book, it's a good thing you're not coloring it because that book doesn't take colors. It barely even took my ink, so I had to like hit that with ink multiple times. So I'm glad that you're actually taking a different take on that one. So, Gabe, just so you know, don't compare yourself to everybody else. Please don't do that. Your art and Jose's art, my art, everybody's art is way different. So everybody's at a different level. We aren't trained the same. We don't do the same thing. So you're in a different category. I mean, take a look. Like what Custom's doing, his work is way different than anybody else's that I've seen. Yeah, that this particular cover is really good for cutting through, just so you know. Yeah, and see that's what makes us all like really cool to work with each other because you know I might teach you something, you'll teach me something. We combine our talents and then we create something really cool. But that's the thing. I mean, buyers might try, but the thing is that when you go to Artist Alley, the buyers see like a whole bunch of artists and they're trying to find the artist that connects with them. That's all our job is being able to connect with the people that want to get our work. And we just have to create that thing. And you know what? That's the worriment of your purchasers, of your customers. But the good thing is you can flip it on them and be like, you know what? Since you can't decide which one you want, you buy one from that person and you buy a little bit from me. And guess what? You got the best of both worlds. What's going on, Tim? Yeah, I just, at the end of the day, if a customer does not want to purchase from you, it's okay. That's their loss because they're going to go home and be like, "Man, I should have got that stuff from Gabe. Damn it." Absolutely. It's kind of like going to a buffet, Not everybody likes everything on the buffet line. But that's okay. Here's the thing, Gabe. Once you start rolling on this thing and you start getting into your groove, these things that might bug you are not going to bother you anymore. And this platform is perfect for this because one, you don't have, I mean, the worriment that a lot of artists I see have is that they have a face-to-face issue, like they get nervous with people. That's not an issue anymore, so that's off the table. The other part is that there's so many different people on here and they are just trying to either collaborate, trying to purchase, just trying to watch, learn skills. So there's so much that can be gained by being on this platform. Yeah, I mean, think about it like this: like Pokemon for years. Like when I was a kid, they didn't that stuff didn't sell for years, and then now it's the hottest thing. It's like better than gold right now. Yeah, I mean, there's so much to be gained on this because I can go on here, I can feel comfortable, and I can gain my skills. I can refine my stuff, have fun, have good conversation, and it's fun. I'll be honestly, I have a lot of fun. Yeah, I definitely like to see it. Yeah, there's so much. I mean, you're gonna, like I said, you'll get more confident as you go along. And again, the questions and issues that you might think are issues or questions are not going to bother you. I promise. Oh, let me see what's going on here. I got to check and look at these orders. Sorry, guys, I got to look at something really quickly here. So I saw that custom picked up a couple of things, so I just want to make sure I don't miss these. All right, he got the rocket. Okay, so you're getting all three of those. Okay, so let me pull rocket out too. Okay. All right, so I got all three of those. I'll send those out today. So I got that. Hey, Custom, thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it. The cool part I know is what's going to end up happening is I'm sure you're going to do your work, and I have no doubt those things are going to be like selling like hotcakes. Just do me a favor, send me a picture of what you do with each of those because I am really curious to see what they look like. I want to go ahead and promote some of the work that you do too. So if you don't mind that, I will definitely be doing that. So Gabe, that's the other part. Like if you get a chance to collab with some people, it's all about helping people out, man. Because it will come back to you. Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. I'm so looking forward to this. Yeah, I have a guy that I'm working with. I'm wrapping up his stuff today. He ordered up a black widow, or not black widow, black cat, and she's in a kimono. So I'm wrapping that up today. I cannot wait to finish that. But that's one of those things that we're going to start working on sketch covers together, and it's going to come out so that way he gets something, I get something, and at the end of the day, it all works out, and then our customers get something really cool. Oh, she's gonna be beautiful because she's got that like seductive looking kimono, so it's gonna be really dope. Switcho, how you doing this morning? By the way, everyone, how is your weather? How is the weather going on? And Jose, did you get snow over there on the West Coast? Yeah. So for those of you that aren't aware, I'm based out of Florida. Um, if you guys are in northern states, I you can say hey whatever, but um when Floridians end up getting crazy cold weather, it's weird. I came out to my car, there's frost all on the car. I'm breathing and I see my air, I mean my breath. So for Floridians, I know it sounds like we're kind of weak, which we're from Florida. I mean, it's hot. So it's weird. You're lucky. I mean, my son, he's up in North Florida, got snow last week. It's the second time to happen in 2 years. Yeah, I feel bad for you guys that have like 18 degrees and 8 inches. No, hell no. No. I told my wife I will never move to a cold state. Not happening. Just not comfortable. I have family that lives up in North Carolina. I'm like, man, no. What state are you in? If you don't want to answer, that's fine too. I don't want to pry if you don't want to tell us. Yeah, this has been a weird. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have an aunt that lives literally right on the line of Maryland and in DC, and yeah, they say it's rough. Well, I mean, I guess there's a good side. I mean, you can kind of stay home and relax a little bit. Bad side is you might get bored. Yeah, I don't even understand how to deal with something like that. So funny story. Last weekend, not last weekend, the weekend prior, so 2 weeks ago, I was supposed to fly out to Texas, and we had planned to do this for a couple months, and then plans changed where we weren't needed to go to Texas anymore. So we look on the Weather Channel, and we're like, if we had been there, we probably would have still been there for another couple of days because um, my family member sends us a picture and he's like, "Yeah, look outside." He goes, "It was cold, but now look at it. It's like snowing. Like his cars and everything were covered and everything." Yeah. So the flip side is yes, you did get more. You get time to work on your art. I mean, that's pretty impressive. You get 14 commissions done in 1 week. And I know what you're doing is not easy work. You're doing all that shit by hand, so that's not easy work. Um, Jose, are you from Florida by chance? Okay, all right. So you'll be okay. It's just gonna be really hella cold. um, yeah, I mean, like custom, your work is just so unique. I've only known a couple people that have that proficiency to do clean cuts like that, and your work is phenomenal. Oh, okay. So you're definitely you got that Florida blood in you now. Yeah, you're done. You better pack really really heavy. um, yeah. So if you guys haven't seen it, go take a look at custom stuff. I mean, he does some really cool things where he takes artwork and he cuts out the negative space, and it's basically almost like a layered piece of artwork. It's fucking it's awesome. I'm so used to seeing people doing illustrative work or painting and stuff like that. When I see somebody do something like this, whoo, love it. Because it's something I don't do. Hey, we got to give props where props are due. I mean, I got Gabe on here, and he does watercolor stuff, and yeah, I can't even touch him. Can't touch him. Like I've been told that, but it's this stuff right here. It's taken a lot of time, just like your work and just like everybody else's work. It's just taking time to kind of refine it and get it to where you're comfortable. I just like the fact that I get to see so many talented people. Um, got this lady on here. Her name's Kay, and she's a tattoo artist, a painter. I mean, you think of anything. This lady actually gets into it. She's pretty damn good. Yeah, she is. She's dope. I saw her doing some tattoo work, and I think the one thing I wish I would see her do more is seeing her do her line work. We talked about it when I was on her cast one time. I was like, you do your work is like super clean. So she'll like draw straight lines, and it's just like so precise. I mean, it's if I could get a tattoo from her, I would because I love work like that. But unfortunately, I'm not going to Canada anytime soon, so that's not going to happen. Yeah, so Gabe actually does like he teaches watercolor painting, and he's doing like watercolors on like sketch cards and stuff like that. Just something very unique. And everything is just like really clean. It almost looks like he's like a portrait artist. Like that's where his origins are based out of. But I can't speak to that because that's his story to tell, not mine. But that's just based upon what I analyze. So if you guys, I know you. I mean, if you guys don't, purchase it. I mean, get any cards or anything like that. It's not what I'm pushing right now. But if you guys come up with any like suggestions for characters that I could add to my list, please let me know. I'm taking ideas from people whenever I can because I want to make this set really dope. So if you guys come up with any suggestions, let me know. Had some good ones as of late. Pop in some yellow here. I think it's a good contrast to the darker colors of him. I think I got it in here with this yellow or orange color. So you guys got any plans for the day at all? I know, Custom, you're going to probably be doing commission work, so. Or maybe shovel some snow. Do you actually show your process online? Can people watch you do this? I'm not going to bite your talent, but I will say this much. I do layered paper art as well. Okay, well, I'm definitely wanting to see the process, so I'm going to have to put you on my list of people to watch. So I'll have to go in there. I'm going to have to put your, like, stream your stuff when I'm not working because I want to be able to do both. Well, Gabe, you know what that's called opportunity. That's not a sad thing. We make we make those into opportunities. So like when I don't have people that are working with me, like my kids when I'm working over at my foster facility, or I don't have any students in my classroom, I'm like, okay, well I'm just going to go ahead and jump on here and whatnot, and I'm just going to do some work. So you have an opportunity there. And it's time for you to grab that one by the horns and go for it. Even if you have one person pop up on here, which will probably won't be just one. You got one person looking at your work. But that's opportunity for you. So definitely utilize that because that's God telling you, hey, you got some time to go and do something else. Give you time to refine those skills in a different arena. I don't know if you guys like watch shows and TV shows or anything like that or streaming stuff, but if you haven't had a chance, you might want to check out what is it called? Spartacus, the House of Asher. I just got to finish that this week so I can take a look and see what happens. All right, so Punisher is a wrap. It's done. And he only took me 44 minutes to get done. So I like that. To post that. All right, so let's go to the next guy. All right. You know what? So since Custom is new here, let's give him the list. Let's show him where the list is at right now. I'm putting this on my website. I tried something different on my website, and it kind of fumbled a little bit, so I got to redo it. All right, so here is the list. This is the first list. All right, so I've pretty much gotten through everybody. Got 6 people here, so I have Echo, which I might change because I already have a martial artist kind of looking person, so we'll see. I have Fing Fang Foom, which I've never drawn before. Gamora, Spider Gwen. Sorry, Gwenpool, and then I'm going to do Spider Gwen for Gwen Stacy, and then I have to do Havoc. Punisher we just wrapped up. Have to do Silver Surfer, Spider Man, Storm, Thing, Venom, and Professor Xavier. So we're in good shape. Those are that's it, and I'm done um, with the Marvel set. It's been a bit of a marathon, so I'm going to jump into my next one. Let me see if I have a picture of it so I can just go for it. Ah, good, I do. All right, let's see here. I'm going to do Silver Surfer now. Okay, so it's Road to 1,000. So it's a whole sketch card series. So there's 10 sketch cards series. So I have Marvel, DC, Image. Uh, let's see, I got Transformers, Pokemon, movies, cartoons, wrestlers, anime, and can't remember. There's one other one that I have in there, but I have 10 of them. And in each series, there's 10 different characters that I'm sorry, 100 different characters I'm going to be doing. That's how the road to 1,000 goes. So my bigger picture of this was, number one, I started it because I wanted to do a more radical version of Inktober, and that turned into doing sketch cards. um, and I was going to do like 100+ Marvel characters, but that got boring. So I wanted to add to it. So I went ahead and said, I'm just going to do 1,000, and I picked 10 different categories to tinker with, and that's where I wanted to go. And I picked a bunch of like some characters that people would know and some more obscure ones. And the other part that I really the real reason I wanted to do it is because every time I go to a con, everybody's always looking for characters that I don't have in prints. But if I have a bunch of sketch cards, there's a good chance that they're going to find a character within those 10 different categories that they want to have. If not, then they can go and have one made. So I'm selling all these. Like I'm selling the cards. I will. I mean, I'm already digitizing all of them, so I'll have a digital version of them as well. So I have other plans for it to do. I'm sorry, other plans to do with them. Um, but as of right now, it's just getting to the goal of finishing 1,000 cards. That's the goal right now. I'm trying not to overstep what I want to do because I think if I go too far too fast, then I'm going to be stuck. Hey, Kitty and Mule, how are you doing this morning? Oh, that looks good. That looks really cool. So let me not lose that page. I want that. And let's do. God, there's so many good ones. Let's get server. Just gotta find a reference for a surfer just so I can make sure I get the. I have my basic version of it that I want to do, but I want to make it really cool. Okay. What's this? Well, you're going to San Diego? Are you showing at San Diego? If that's the case, that's really dope. Wow, that's pretty awesome. So, what did you apply to Artist Alley and they sent you an email to say, "Hey, yeah, you made it"? What's up, Goldfish? Good morning. Let's see how this goes. See, Silver Surfer's hard because he's got a lot of metallic look to him, so I got to be really careful when I do this. That's really cool that you got that opportunity. So, are they charging you for the booth, or they're gonna give you guys a booth for free? I'm looking forward to it because I mean, honestly, I've always wanted to do San Diego. I actually did I get a shot to go to San Diego? No, it wasn't San Diego. I applied for San Diego, but they didn't let me in. Plus, the expense to get all my stuff over there was a lot. Yeah, San Diego's always been one of the cons I want to go to, but I think I'm going to. We have a one here on the East Coast. It's called Dragon Con. It's very similar to it, but it's like huge. Um, but I've always wanted to go to San Diego just to enjoy the experience. I've wanted to do that for many, many years. The problem that I have with the con that large is um, I if I'm not working it, I don't want to be in the crowd. It's very overwhelming for me. We did a convention. Um, we went to a convention probably like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. We went to MegaCon. So Jose might know about this because he lives in Florida, but there's a convention called MegaCon here in Florida. It's like our biggest convention that we have in Florida. Um, they have a huge convention center. I mean, it's massive, and they fill it out with tons of vendors and um, different events and all that kind of good stuff. Um, However, a couple of years ago, it was so bad. I think they had over 100,000 people in the convention center at one point. And when you went to Artist Alley on a Saturday, now obviously, Saturdays are the biggest days for cons, as we all know. You were wall to wall people. So if you were trying to see people on Artist Alley, either one, you couldn't find them, or number two, you got pushed through, so you couldn't actually enjoy your experience. It was a very bad experience. Yeah, it made it not fun. I mean, people that I knew that were there, I couldn't even find them. My sons and everything, it was so bad that we lost them at one point. So I will never go back to that convention on a Saturday. However, I found that Friday or Thursday was really good for that con. Last year we went to go see Todd McFarlane on a Thursday and that or on a Friday, and that was every bit of great. That's cool. I mean, I will definitely. I've never been to California, so it's definitely on my bucket list for to do. And why wouldn't I want to go there during Comic Con? That would be the best time to go. Get a good place to stay, get some good food, see some cool people. Yeah, that's. I mean, see, that makes it a little more convenient because then you have a base where you can, you can house your stuff. So, like me, if I had to do it, I had to ship all my stuff over there, and it's a whole different expense altogether. Yeah, Gabe's an instructor, and so am I. What's up, Melissa? What's up, Grand? Man, all these teachers, check this out. All right, so I know Gabe teaches watercolor stuff. So what do you teach, Custom? Thinking like fine art or something. God bless you. Oh my goodness. I feel your pain, my friend. Well, it's not pain. Those are actually fun times for kids. I did that all the way up to high school. Yeah, they just want to make stuff. So that's the good part. They don't have to worry about perfection and all that stuff. So that makes life 20 times easier. Yeah, I mean, seeing their little faces of joy when they, create something cool, that's a whole different ball game. Dealing with high school kids it can be a pain in the ass. But I will definitely say the little bits, the little kids are like they're like gold. I remember teaching this one little girl how to do graffiti once. That was fun. She killed it on that. What's up, Sandy? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're just finding out other people in this chat are instructors, which is kind of cool. Do I have a piece of my graffiti somewhere? Hang on one sec. Let me think if I do have something like that here. I don't think I have any here, but I think I have some on my. I might have some on my old IG. Let me see. You're gonna make me pull some stuff out of my archives. I mean, granted, she needed a lot of help, so I can't say that she did all of it by herself. She did have some assistance, but it was cute. Man, you're really making me go back because I'm looking at stuff back from 2020. That's crazy. All right, so let's see here. Okay, so here's one of my pieces. Yeah, I had to go back and take a look at my old posts. There's another one. Yeah, I don't think I have any of my illustrated. Oh, nope, I do. There it is. There you go. Hey man, you can't hate on MySpace. It was great when while it lasted. We wouldn't have Facebook if it hadn't been for MySpace. Trying to think if I have any others. I think that might have been my only couple that I have. Oh, hold on. Let me take it back. I got that one there. Man, I love MySpace. MySpace was one of those arenas that even if you weren't a coder, yeah, I mean it kind of. I mean, even if you weren't a coder, you could thank you. You could still create things. And I mean, I thought it was really good for people to be able to do that. And I wish they would bring something like that back, but that's okay. It's all right. We don't need it right now, but it was good. It made people have um a bit of a personality, and it wasn't just for one part of it. Like people could customize their pages, as you guys know. That was the cool part about it. That's the part that I really liked. All right, let's get this going here. Get my time lapse going. Yeah, I kind of look back at things. I mean, so I used to work for Dell way back in the day, and it's crazy to think like when I worked for Dell, that's when MySpace was really like cooking, and we used to teach each other because we worked in a call center. We would teach each other how to do certain things, and then it swapped over to like Facebook. I remember I was so like anti Facebook for the longest, and then I jumped on the train. I like certain aspects of it, and then these other social media things came out. And you just had to get good at everything. I worked for Dell Computers, so I worked at a call center. So you would call us up, and you would order your computer through us, and then we went to Dell Tech Support. I much preferred selling computers over technical support because technical support was a big pain in the butt. I mean, the days of being able to go onto go on their service and call them up, and then you'd have to talk to grandma and walk her through how to take apart her computer. That was rough. But I learned a lot. I became a better technician. Yeah, I mean those things were. I will say this much: call center life is not for the weak. It's hard because being in a call center, it's like you're being in jail. Like you can't go out but certain times and all this kind of good stuff. You can't say certain things about stuff because of confidentiality. But I'm going to say something that I tell people from time to time because this is cool. So when I worked at Dell, um, we were on a phone call, and this was the wholesale floor. So we're all sitting there, we're on our call, and then all of a sudden we see cops running through the different cubicle areas, like the aisles of the cubicles, and we see this guy like bust through the door, and then you see this one cop, like you see the I hate to say it, this cop was like overweight, so you knew he was slow, and you just see him trying to catch up with everybody. He's just like jiggling along, trying to catch everybody. And the guy, we found out he was a major drug dealer in our area, and he was just, for some reason, he took a job working for our call center. I don't know, just kind of, either bringing extra money or something, but he just happened to be there, and they busted him. That was insane. And then we had another incident where I've never seen the FBI until I went to this call center. Yeah, he was. He absolutely was. And I saw him. I remember seeing him in the classrooms and everything. The lockdowns for that place, like they could literally be in the front office of the call center and they can lock down the entire building like instantly. It was crazy. Um, so anyway, the second incident was I'd never seen the FBI before, like never. And usually, I mean, for obvious reasons, they don't want you to know who they are. So we were running this campaign at our facility. So they would give away like big prizes if you did like lots of sales. So the goal was we had 4 days and you had to hit a certain sales mark as far as like dollars and as far as like computers and stuff like that you had to sell because that's how they worked. So if you sold a certain amount of accessories, you got certain points. If you sold a certain amount of computers, you got a certain amount of points. If you got service plans, you got them to do it on, credit, you got points, and so on and so forth. So we had like 4 days to a week to do this. And so I had competition. Like I tried to play the stuff nice and smooth. We had abilities where we could modify product. So say for example, if it was going to cost like $20 to close a sale, we could take $20 off of an item to close a sale. But you couldn't go obnoxiously crazy with it because you're literally stealing from the company at that point. So we had a little bit of leeway. We knew where we could do that. Well, we had this really smart guy that figured out a way to go into the background of the system and even cut even more because the system had a lock on it. But he bypassed this lock and he started showing people how to do it. Well, over time, when we were doing this contest, what we found out is that there were people that were um, doing these like radical discounts to push their sales. So you know, I stayed there. I think one day for like 14 hours. I did like for 2 or 3 days doing sales, and there were a couple other people that did it as well. But their numbers were almost a third or so higher than mine. And I was like, I know they're selling. I can hear them selling these things, but I don't know how they're able to crush all these sales. So they beat me in the contest. I ended up being like third or fourth person, so I didn't get as much, of the accolades. How you doing, Noah? So what ended up happening is that you push the clock forward. We have like a month later, all of a sudden, we see these guys come in, and some of them are in suits, some of them are like regular attire, and a couple of my friends, including the people that beat me in this contest, got pulled away. And I mean, you see a bunch of these people come up to them and pull them away. And they pull them into this office and they start grilling them like crazy. They're like, "So, did you guys do this? Did you do this?" So, basically, what they did is because they had access to the back end of the system, they were discounting products. So, they would find a camera because we could do like accessories and stuff like that, printers and all that stuff. So, they find expensive items, they would drop them down to like, so say something was like 300 bucks, they'd drop it down to like $5 and then send it across state lines to a friend of theirs. So they did this for multiple products. So like I said, if you're doing that, it's still considered stealing. So when you're doing that and sending it across state lines, now you're creating a federal offense. And they got caught up with the FBI, and they one of my friends, now I know this person since they were like little, since they were a kid, and I see her mom come in and her mom is devastated, and come to find out her daughter got arrested and she was in jail for I don't know how long, but for a while. Smart girl, very intelligent, but she got caught up in this whole trap, and they ended up sending these people to jail, um, for fraud and for theft. And it was so bad that we had, at this call center, we had a sales side, and then we had a technical support side. Because it was so bad, so the fraud was so bad, Dell canceled our contract for our sales side, so that we had no more access to do any of that. That's how bad that, they had done things. So people could literally, you could get commission checks where they were like $1,000, $2,000 commission checks, and they were doing that. They were enhancing their sales, because again, if you got more sales, you got more finance and all that stuff. On paper, it looked like you were gaining a lot, but you're actually taking away a lot from the company. And even though they got those massive checks, they got greedy and ended up, costing their freedom. And I saw some of them later on, but it was bad. Yeah, I mean, we told them. I mean, we were friends of theirs, so we tried to warn them, because once I found out what they were doing, we told a couple of people, especially the guy that showed us how to do it. We're like, dude, you need to stop, because this is going too far. He stopped as far as doing the discounts, but they pushed it forward and started sending the stuff across state lines. And they would keep the product. That was made it worse. They would either keep it or they would resell it on eBay. So they were. I mean, it was kind of crazy. You're making thousands of dollars, every 2 weeks in commission checks, and you push it to the point where you have to be that greedy. It was crazy. But then you also cost us an account, which, for Dell, because they were, this is the time when a lot of service centers were starting to go internationally. That was a huge hit for that call center. Yeah, well, think about it like this: you're a kid, right? These guys were probably, I think they were in their early 20s, and they really, when you're in your early 20s, you don't think with your big brain. You're thinking with your little brain, and you're doing dumb stuff, and it costs you a lot. I wish it hadn't ended that way, because, like I said, this one person I knew personally, I was very surprised that she even went along with it. I had no idea that she was part of the ring. But then, you realize, yeah, that makes sense, because these people are hanging out with each other a lot. That makes sense that they're going to tell each other things. And the girl came from a poor background, and that was feeding that too. No problem. Hey, Jose, you have a great one. Stay warm. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, she honestly, I knew her motives, because you know people at their core, right? So if people are going to do like bad stuff because they inherently are just bad, and then you have people that do stuff because of circumstance. Yeah, it just, it sucks. I really hate when that happens. But other people, like these people that we try to tell them to stop, they deserved what they got, because they just were not willing to listen. When your big bosses come to you and they say, hey, look, we got the situation going on, y'all need to, cut this out. You got to listen, because they're trying to tell you, without telling you, that you're going to lose your job, if not, be forced into criminal action. They're trying to help you. Like, this call center was so unique. We had people that would come out, and they would do like, the bullhorn, and be like, big announcement, we have blah blah blah. So it was a fun environment, and we went from a fun environment to just like so drab very quickly. People had to make radical decisions if they're going to stay or they're going to leave, and all this other stuff. It just was not fun. I know I met some very cool people there. I had a lot of fun while I was there, but I can't say I miss it. That call center life is not for the weak. What you looking to have done? Yeah, I mean, if there's anything that you're looking to have done, let me know. Goldfish, I'll answer whatever questions you got on it. Yeah, I'm just pushing through on a project here. I know you're new here, so I'll just let you know the deal. So I'm doing 1,000 sketch cards, and right now I'm just working through my list. So if people are looking to do commissions or anything like that, let me know, and I'll go ahead and add me. I'll push your order obviously ahead of what I'm doing because I want to get your stuff out to you ASAP. I have to go get a jacket here in a minute because I am cold. Oh yeah, let me. Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me pull those out for you. All right. Have I been zoomed out the whole time? Wow, that sucks. All right. No, I mean, just let me know what card what you want to have on your card, please. Yeah, just tell me what character you would like, and oh man, I just drew one of those for somebody recently. Yes, yes, yes. I got you. Yeah, I got you. You write that down so that way I don't forget that. What in the world? That pen is horrible. Yeah, I just literally drew one of those the other day. I did not take a picture of that, but yours I'm going to definitely smash, and I'm going to make it look really good. So I will probably do yours tomorrow, just so I can go ahead and have it on here. Unless you want me to go ahead and see about doing it today, that's up to you. But I try to have at the top of the day so I can make sure I can knock those out. But yes, I will definitely be knocking that down very soon. All right, so I will definitely get that knocked out for you, Goldfish. Now, thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it. Unless I didn't miss you there, I just didn't say hello, but hello and major welcome. All right. So custom. I'm going to show you this one. This one's already spoken for, but I'm going to show it anyway. Um, so I got that. Now, in terms of the blanks, these are the blanks. I have a Daredevil. I'm a huge Spawn fan, so I got a few of these. So I got King Spawn. Yeah, that I would make you another one. That one's actually spoken for. So I can make you the same exact one, but that one I can't because that one's already going to be going out. That actually goes out next week. Gotcha on that one. All right. I got some Spawn there. If you want to have a dope piece, you could do this one, which is a New Mutants 98, Deadpool Wolverine, Deadpool Old Man Logan, Berserker would be good because Berserker is that book that Keanu Reeves is part of. If you want to go old school, we got some GoBots. Battle Beast is always a winner. We can do some regular Old Man Logan, Fantastic Four. Spawn kills every Spawn. This dude, I love this guy. I know him personally, so yeah, his book is fire. Secret Wars Deadpool, The Curse of Shirley Johnson. So if you know anything about Spawn, this book is the stuff. This is the girl that gets killed in the 5th book of Spawn. This is her life after that happens. And then for you, this would be a really good one. Doing a Mega Man piece would be cool as well. So those are all the ones there. But all of those would, accommodate for a good mega space. Let me take a look real quick. I don't think they do, but I'm going to take a look for you. Are you including the Shirley Johnson one or just the Spawn books? Yeah, let me open these up and I'll be able to tell you. All right. Okay, so this one right here. This one's pretty clean. Yeah, there's nothing on that Spawn right there. That one's like super clean. I've never even opened that book up. So that one's ready to rock. All right, so you got that one. Oh, you want to take a look at the colors on that one? I can show it to you. All right. This one that's the colors for that first page. Yeah, that one. Look, that artist, Rob Duenas, Sketchcraft. Whew. Yeah, that dude. He's the shit. I love him. I love his work. He's so good. Now, I don't have just the blank sketch cover, like as far as like buying it without art. So if you want to get one without art, let me know, and I can go ahead and put it in my inventory. Okay, well, let me know what kind of art you want on it. Yeah, we can do an art collab. All right, let me take a look at that other Spawn because I'm not sure what's on those other two. These books have not been opened up by me, just so you know. This cast is the first time I'm ever opening up these books. I mean, even the tape is still good on those. I got it. I got you. I can definitely do that one. So, yeah, I can definitely do that. We'll do a little chunky too. This one is the other Spawn. This is the King Spawn one. Okay. And let me get the last one. Yeah, I would say the Spawn kills every Spawn one. Only because I know how that guy colors. Do I know that one's probably going to be the poppiest one? It's so unique. It's got so much energy in it. All right, and this one is the regular Spawn book. There we go. Yeah, so you got both of those. So that's spawn 329 there. So your options that you picked, the ones that you chose from, are these two. Mm. Oh, that one. Okay. So let me pull these out so I don't forget them. Okay, spawn kills every spawn it is. Now, do you want to go like old school spawn? You want to do like a Greg Capullo spawn? Okay. All right. I'm going hard on that one because look, Spawn is one of my favorite characters of all time, so I'm gonna definitely throw down hard on that. I got a lot of work to do this week. Well, this is what I'll do. Once you go ahead and take care of that, I'm going to do a mock up of it. Like I'm going to do a roughie. So I'll show you what my roughies look like. So I'll do a roughie, something similar to this. So this was for Spider Ham. So I did this one for Gabe. Um, so I'll do a roughie like this. I'll send it over to you. And as long as I get the thumbs up on it, then I'll go ahead and start working on the color, not the color, but the black and white for you. Get some nice chunky bits in there so that way you make it nice and cool looking. Oh man, that's so cold. All right, let me get back to this. Okay. Yeah, that'll be a fun one. So I'll start working on that. I have to wrap up a not transformer. It's what I gotta do. I gotta do I gotta do a transformer and I gotta finish up the black cat and I'll send those out and then you're next. If you want the roughie, I'll send it to you. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll definitely send that out to you. Yeah, I mean, you should consider like doing like the. I know you do this the cutouts, but you should like try doing like the layered versions of it too. Yeah, the Transformers piece that I'm doing is going to be an RC, and it's going to be in the style of the Doctor Doom. Actually, both of them are going to be in that style. They're going to be in like it's like a gray and purple. Yeah, I can definitely do that. Oh, that sucks. Well, you're definitely enlightened me to some information. I did not know that. Wish I could say I was. You have to go through the process of getting that done. I'm gonna be honest with you, guys. This whole process of me doing this sketch card series, in addition to just doing the artwork, I really wanted to get comfortable drawing again because as a teacher, as you know, it's hard to be creative when you're teaching all the time. Um, so I would come home and I'd be exhausted, and what would end up happening is I'd be so exhausted I just couldn't create. And so when I left my then full time job where I was doing teaching in a class, it just opened up the door so I could do more of this. So I want to be able to draw more comics and do more sequential art. I have a book that once I'm done with this, the book is going straight into production, and that's going to be a 5-part series, which I'm hoping to complete over like a maybe a 5-year span because I want to make some girthier graphic novels of the book. Yeah, I think if I'm able to do that, I'll be very happy. But in the meantime, yeah, I mean, getting certified for CGC would be really dope. Thank you. Yeah, I don't get a lot of requests for Silver Surfer, so this one's going to be a little different. I have to see how this works out. I was almost see this is the part where as an artist it gets really rough because when we do art, um, when we're nervous to do certain pieces of artwork, we just choose not to do it. Like we fight ourselves. Yeah, absolutely. All the cards are up for sale. I'm not attached to any particular card. I haven't gotten to that character yet. I think I'm the only one I'm going to do. That's going to be the one I'm going to keep is probably the Mewtwo that I do. But other than that, that's the only one I'm going to keep. Only because when I do the Mewtwo, I want to layer him because I've seen people do like layered like cards, and I want to do one of those for him because he's my favorite Pokemon character. Not because of anything other than the fact he's just a cool design character. Yes, I do have the mock-ups for that one. Actually, no. Let me take it back. The mock-up for this one does not look like this. Just so you know, I had to. I didn't like the original design, so I changed it. I can show it to you though. That I can definitely do. Um, Now, mind you, I do my mock-ups on Procreate, so just for speed purposes. But this is what he looked like right there. That was him. And what I could do is, if you want a copy of the sheet, I'll just send you the whole sheet with all the mock-ups of the characters. Yeah, I don't mind. That's fine. All right, so I'm trying to check my time because I probably have to cut out at 11 because I have to go to work. Even though it's cold as all can be, still gotta go do that job thing. Plus, I have to go to a gallery before I go to work. What, you just want to mock up the of those two? Yeah, I can send you the mock-ups of those if you want. Absolutely. Is that who's it? No. Who's that? How you doing this morning? Yeah, I mean, I can send you the mock-ups for those, and you can just print them out and just um, you could do a trace on them if you want to. Welcome back, Goldfish. Yeah, I thought I was going to be able to squeeze yours in today, um, like right after the Silver Surfer, but I'm going to have to hold off. I'm going to do that one in the morning, only because I have to go soon. Oh man, I got to plug my tablet in. It's about to die. There we go. Well, what I would recommend is you just. So this is what I would do. Now remember, the mock-ups are rough, like they're super rough. There's no details to them. So you would basically be filling in all the information. Um, but you could literally print it out. You could do the old graphite treatment. You know how we were talking about the other day. Put the graphite on the back and then just trace over, or you could light board it. Any of those methods would cover you. All right, I think I'm ready to go straight to color. Oh man, I completely missed that bottom part. Um, so you know, sometimes in life you really, you ask for opportunity to come your way. Like you pray on it and you ask for it. So for the last, I would probably say like 2 3 years, I've been wanting to do an art class where I can have people from different arenas that do different things come together and they can learn how to do some of the things that I do, and then they can also share ideas, almost like a paint and sip, but more with like illustrative people. I get a lot of my students that ask me how to draw, but I don't have enough time in my classes to walk them through all that stuff. So I wanted to have a place where I could have them come in, they can learn how to do the stuff. But a lot of times that I found out is that it wasn't cost prohibitive. So I would end up spending like $50 to $100 to rent out the space for 2 hours, but I would have to ask them for a lot of money to go ahead and make that work, and it just wasn't working out where I thought it could be consistent. So, um, my wife, who is always on like Facebook and all these other social media sites looking for things and opportunities for not only just myself, but my family and other people. So, she happened to have found a gallery that literally I've been by so many different times. And I'm like, I need to go in there one day. So they finally opened up space for three new artists to come in, and it's in a good location in our city, and they were looking for different kind of artwork. artwork. So they had people that did sculpture, they've done people that do ceramics, they have people that do painting and photography and all that stuff. Well, I do a different type of artwork. Um, and I showed her this collection first, and she's like, "So yeah, you got the licenses for that? Are you allowed to do that?" I'm like, "No, I'm just doing that. That's more like fan art." So she's like, "We can't sell that." I'm like, "That's fine. Let me show you this." So I show her the good stuff, and she goes, "Well, this is what's happening. I like what you're doing. I like your vibe. I like what you do. It's very different. It doesn't look like anything else that we have here in the shop." And she goes, "Well, it's only going to cost you X dollars a month," which is really like, as far as budget wise, it was like, holy crap, this is crazy. So not only for the money that I spend for the month, I can bring people in. I can do like my little like art sessions. She's only going to charge me $5 a head. So if I get six people in there, all I have to pay her is $6. I mean, $5 per person that comes in there. She can see on the cameras how many people I have there. So yeah, I didn't know Hobby Lobby had that. So she was like, "Okay, you have tables, you have art supplies, which Hobby Lobby you still have to buy that. You have art supplies, you have space, you can be here as long as you want, um, and it's only going to cost you the same amount every month. Now you're going to be able to sell your art here, and we're going to sell your art. But here's the best part. Here's the kicker that really kind of like sold it. We're not going to charge you a commission." And I was like, "What?" Like in my head, I'm like, that sounds crazy, but it's just the way that they want it to go, because they know if they can get people in there, then the art will sell itself. So I know that I have some really good pieces, you know. But that's the thing. I mean, yes, even though I would have the space at Hobby Lobby, I can't show my art. So I'm getting a two for one. So I'm not only being able to do my little sessions, but I also can sell my work. Yeah, and that's how I look at it, because here's the thing. With where the site is, I know I will get students in there, and I'm going to lock them in for at least 3 sessions. I feel like that is a way for me to guarantee that, one, I'm getting money in there, and then two, it kind of puts them on the hook for that they need to come in there because they're paying for something. People are more apt to show up if they're paying for something. Yeah, there is plenty of parking space. So here's the cool part. So it's on this downtown area of Fort Pierce where I live, and there is a bar that's across the street, like a popular bar. Um, Not like like a smoker's bar. It's more like a hangout area. It sits in a very wealthy area of downtown, and it's always busy. Like it's a constant, therapy through way of just constant money and people just popping up there. And we get a lot of people that are from out of town. We got a lot of people that are from in town. All that kind of good stuff. So I know and the work that I do is so different. It's very unique. When people see it, they're just like, "This is crazy." Um, and I'll give you guys like a little taste so you can see what's up, because I'm being very ambiguous about my ideas and stuff, or what I'm doing. But this is an example of what I do. Now, I didn't do this piece. This is actually done by one of my students. So she spent probably about 12 hours working on that, and I've helped her out, so probably another 4 hours. Oh, no, no, no. These are not low cost items. Definitely not, because alone just placing nails is time consuming. Yeah, those string art pieces. It's not so much the supplies, it's the time spent to create them. But they're huge. I mean, that piece right there, that's a 24-inch round piece of artwork. Like I said, she spent 12 hours or so with doing that particular piece. And she gets to keep that. That was so that's one of my students that is with my foster program, and she learned how to do that. We set up the design on the computer and then transferred it over to a piece of wood, nailed it, sprayed it, um, and then just started putting string on it. But every time people see the work, they're astonished. And that's just one of them. She's done a couple of them too. But it teaches you mathematical skills. It teaches you design skills. Yeah, it's crazy. What's up, Frost? One of them, yes. Custom, really cool meeting you. Thank you very much, and I'll keep you updated on the progress of those books, so that way you know what's going on. Yeah, Frost kind of works, right? You're frosty. You got a little bit of silver there. Yeah. So just so you know, this is what we did. So we got Punisher knocked out earlier, and now we're finishing up Silver Surfer before I got to go. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun. What's up, Taz? Custom, have yourself a good one. Please stay warm and please be safe. That sounds good. I'm down for it. Looking forward to seeing what you do. And I'll repost that stuff when you're done. Love me some cool looking Silver Surfer. Yeah, Moon Knight was fun. I don't know if I have a favorite yet. I think my Doctor Strange was pretty good. All right. I think he is good. I'm going to keep him like that for now. I think I'll come back to him later once I have a chance to look at him again, just to kind of say if I like him or not. And let's get him. All right. Two knocked out for the day. The goal now, I have to do 25 per week. That's the goal. That's what I have to do based upon, where I'm at. That's very cool. So what I will do is I will get your piece all set up. Um, hang on, let me see something real quick here. Let me see what I got. Um, Bear with me for just a second. And we'll wrap up for the day because like I said, I gotta go on here in just a minute. All right, so I'll send over those roughies for you so you can take a look at them and you can utilize them for whatever you want. All right, Gabe. Well, I got to get on the road. I wish you the very best. I should, depending on time, if I can get out of here at 6 in the morning, I'll be back by 7. But that's my goal for tomorrow. Very, very cool. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say you slayed it on that Silver Surfer. That looks way better than mine. Looks way, way better than mine. Looks like I better throw out some color on mine and add some effects. I think I went a little too light compared to yours. Yeah, yours is fire. It's definitely a good piece. You're selling those for $160? Wow. I mean, it's worth every penny. That's worth every penny. Yeah, you'll get it. I have no doubt you'll get that. When is your next stream, by the way? Or have you not set up one? Let me see your here. Why am I not following you? I don't understand that. That's weird. Yeah, here you go. There you go. There's the email. Oh man. Yeah, I'll send over that stuff for you so you can take a look at it. Real quick, how long does it take you to do one of those cards? Okay, that makes sense. At least you're giving them realistic time frames. That's cool. That's good. Well, it's good to have a bunch of different mock-ups. Yeah, I can't wait to see how your stuff goes moving forward. It's gonna look really good. Mm. Yes, we are. Yep, that is definitely gonna happen. That's in the cards. Yeah, I don't even know what I'd have you do. I think the thing that I think what I should do, not just with you too, not with just you, but I think across the line, So I should see if I can get a bunch of people that I've met here, like Jose, yourself, custom, and we should all do like some custom work for the release of both the Spider-Man and the Doomsday. I think that would be a really cool set of collaborations between all of us. Yeah, I would love to have you do work for a cover of mine. That would be great. Yeah, your work would definitely work well for the stuff that I do. Yeah, I just think it would be cool to have something that we could sell across all platforms. I think I'm going to pitch an idea to everybody, see if they're down to do it. Well, I would say do it. I mean, there's either you do the action or you don't, or you find excuses not to do the action. And I'm not in like I've fed myself so much BS about not doing it. I was like, you know what? I've wanted to do this challenge for a while. It used to be like I wanted to do it because I want the monetary reward. I don't want it for the monetary reward anymore. I want to do it just because I want to be able to be on April 4th. That's my birthday. There's a race locally that I want to do, and I want to be part of it. And I can't do it if I'm not in some kind of good physical shape. I'm not going to go out there and hurt myself. All right. So the physical challenge is so our church, um, we have three different teams. We have red team, blue team, and red team, blue team, and there's another team. I can't remember it. Oh, it's white or green. It might be green. Um, so anyway, the teams are made up of a series of different people, and we're given a weekly challenge. So last week we had to grab two plates, squatting plates, and hold them like grip style as long as we could. And based upon how long we kept them, we got a series of points. So you have to do that, and all of that has to be done by Saturday. Everything starts on the Monday, but that part has to be done by Saturday. And then you have to do 4 workouts minimum per week at 45 minutes apiece, and you have to document this stuff. What's up, Carissa? Um, so that's hard. I mean, for me, it was tough because I didn't start my gym membership until Thursday, so I literally was doing workouts Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, um, and it was rough because I hadn't been back in the gym. This is my first time in like 2 years. Yeah, you can eat whatever you want. I know with me, I'm my intake is going to adjust itself, um, because I naturally get less hungry as I do these. A lot of the cravings go away because now I'm trying to fuel my system because I've had to do this kind of workout before, and my body kind of adjusts itself. But um, carbs are good, just that are they just have to be done in moderation, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not starving myself for this. That's not going to happen. But I'm not going to be going out there, eating all this fast food and all this kind of good stuff. That's not going to happen either. All right. Now he is done. It's had to have a background in there. That was a must. Have some of this stuff reflecting off his belly. Yeah, so I would just say if you're going to do it, just go for it. If not, you're just not in the headspace to do it, and that's okay too. Oh, we ain't doing that. Okay, I'm done. I'm going to call it because I will keep on going. I mean, just start small. Don't kill yourself. You mentally have to be ready to do it. You have to have the want to do it. My thing is I don't want to. I don't like being stagnant. I don't like being stuck in the same place. So I had to change. And the older I get, the less the harder it is to do these kind of things. So I like to listen to my body. If my body says it's time, we're getting to work. And that's just how it goes. All right, so I got all of those. Um, oh wow, okay, so that wraps up that. Once I finish these guys up, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4 left there for what it looks like. So Spider-Man, Storm, Thing, Venom, Professor Xavier. So I got 4 left here on this one page, and then I got 5 on another page, and I'm good. I'm done with Marvel. That's good. I'm so happy. Okay, so we're in good shape. All right, Gabe, I got to get going. I will chat with you in the morning. You take care of yourself, okay, boss?